Do you hate change? Unfortunately, most of your employees do not like change. I want you to think of something. Now, this might get a little weird, but this is me. When I see a car I really like, let's say it's a 2020 model, I don't think anything needs to change on it. And then the next year's model will come out and I'll look at it and I'll go, I really don't like what they did to the front end or the back end. And then all of a sudden I start seeing more and more of those model cars, and I see fewer of the older model. And you know what? I end up liking the new model better than I like the old model. It's just the immediate change is like, I just don't think they had to do it. It was really good before. That's the exact same thing that happens at our offices. Most of our people, they don't like change. They like it the way it was. Things seem to be working out fine, and they just don't like to change. Let's think any company USA. I would put most people in the I don't like change bucket. There are some of us, like visionaries, that love change. We look for change. And then there are others who just will never, ever accept change. I don't want to call anybody out, but most administrative and financial people, they don't like any change whatsoever. They never, ever want to see change, and they'll buck it every day of the week. But here's the deal. Like me and the new cars, once the change happens, they admit that it needed to change, they end up liking it, and they accept change. So what do we do to change the environment of change? The first thing I think we need to do is kind of change the dynamics of the word. So instead of using change a lot, let's refer to it as improvement or innovation. The second thing is to establish a culture of perpetual improvement, always continually improving. Next, make small improvements toward a goal. So if you plan to make a wholesale change in a few years or a few months, start making small changes, like the auto manufacturers that change just the lights or just the grill. Make small changes before you make a really big change. And then it's time to make those large improvements. If you notice what these auto manufacturers do, they'll think way far ahead about the new changes. They'll make small changes every year, and then they'll make a really big change. What they also do is after they make the really big changes, they go back to the drawing board and they start innovating again. They put their heads down and they don't make many changes for 2 or 3 years after they launch a new vehicle. And then the last thing we really should consider as an organization is we need to be consistent with our innovation. Like I said, we need to have this culture of perpetual improvement. We need to also continually innovate and continually improve, so we don't just talk about it, we do it. I really hope this video has added value to you, and if it has, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put them out every Wednesday so you can lead your people, grow your company, and live your life.